Only mode.
Good morning, webinar attendees. My name is John McInnes, and I'd like to thank you for joining us today for the official launch of our Konica Minolta Embedded product for Print Audit. I'd like to welcome people from all over the world. James Hills and I were just joking that we're probably getting a little bit of a brownout in Calgary from all the bandwidth suckage that's going on for all you people around the world. So very excited to have people from everywhere on the planet, all over the US and Canada. So welcome. First, I'd like to start with a little bit of housekeeping. There is a place for questions in the GoToWebinar meeting room. We won't be unmuting everybody because that's just too many people and there'll be too much noise in the background. So what we'd like you to do is if you have questions about this or anything else, you want to talk about anything, I'm in for it at the end of the presentation, but please enter your questions in the webinar window where it says questions. And Paul Georgie, who's joined us, Paul, say hello.
Hello there.
Paul Georgie, who's joined us, will moderate the questions and answers, and we'll try and make sure that we get them to you at the end of the webinar. So again, we'll spend some time first going through the presentation, and then we will spend some time on the questions. So before I get started, before I show you the webinar, there's two constituents that I really want to thank here. First is the Print Audit team. These things, embedded products for on top of OEM machines and photocopiers and MFPs are extraordinarily hard to make. They take a long time, and I'm just really proud of what our team has created with this. And I got to say that this is one of the better systems and quickest systems that we've ever built for an embedded. So we're pretty excited about it. I know a lot of you have been waiting for a long time, but as I said, these take forever to build. But this is a really solid product. And the reason it's really solid is for my second thank you, and that's to Konica Minolta. Konica Minolta really, really does not want bad products on their devices, which I think is great. Some of the other manufacturers, they don't do any testing at all. They let anybody release onto their devices, whereas Konica really, they do a deep dive testing, and I've got to say that we failed the first test and came back hard, but we came back with a much better product, and we're just really happy with what Konica is doing. There's no doubt in my mind about why they're so successful in the industry, and that's because they put the effort into making sure that every product that's on their device and their devices are excellent. So thanks, Konica, for doing the deep dive with us and being our partner in this. So I'm going to, without further ado, I'm going to get going and move through the presentation. As I mentioned, this is the embedded for Konica Minolta that we're releasing today. Now the embedded works with the Print Audit 6 product. Print Audit Embedded installs directly onto supported Konica Minolta OpenAPI enabled multifunction peripherals, allowing users to control and recover all printing, copying, faxing, and scanning costs. Embedded provides a complete document tracking, chargeback, secure release, and pull printing solution that eliminates the need for external hardware. And Konica is one that we've been very excited to release, and so here it is. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to give you a live view of it because it's just too slow over the over an internet with a camera and those sorts of things. So I'm going to be giving you screenshots, but of course, contact anybody at Print Audit, and I'll give you contact details at the end here to try this out on your own. Premier members are now have access to this, and so through the Premier portal and the downloads off of our website. But if you're not a Premier member, a Print Audit Premier member, get in touch with us and we'll show you how you can try it out. So without further ado, you walk up to the copier. Probably not you, but your customers walk up to the copier and or the multifunction device, and they see the Konica Minolta screen there, and this is what they're presented with after a login. So login, we didn't put a login screen up here just because there's a whole bunch of ways to log in. You can do it card authentication, you can authenticate via PIN code, username and password, or you can authenticate via Active Directory through the system. And so once you've gotten past that authentication, which is embedded in the system, then you're presented with this screen that says, are you going to copy, scan, fax, or release print jobs? First, we're going to click on release print jobs. So to release print jobs, you may or may not have already logged into here, but we're going to do a secure login. This might be a PIN. Again, it might be a card. There's lots of different ways to get in there, get into the system. But after you've logged in, you'll see a pretty standard screen that shows the documents that you have waiting for you for secure release. And this could be dozens of documents. In this case, you can see the two. At the bottom, what we have is the ability to choose. So you can choose the documents you want to release. You can just quickly click release all. You can cancel the job. You can cancel altogether. You can refresh just in case somebody's printed while you were away, which works very well for administrators, or you can log out of the system. In the bottom right-hand corner here and all the way through Print Audit Secure, you also can see for support purposes the version of the Print Audit Embedded, but you can also see the version of the Konica Minolta OpenAPI, and so that's very handy for those that are doing support. But releasing jobs is very easy, and as you can see, the screens are really beautifully designed so that they're easy to comprehend and that anybody can use this product quickly and easily. So this is the secure release portion. Next is somebody wants to copy, scan, or fax from the device. And so they choose copy, scan, or fax. They're already logged on. And then with copy, scan, or fax, there are up to 5 different fields, and the fields can be dependent on each other or independent. So let's say you chose Robert, and your next searchable field might be anything anything to do with Robert's case or with Robert's matter. So the people that are using this for adding metadata to documents that they're printing are law firms, architects, engineers, schools, and you can see anybody that might happen to have a copier in the bat cave. They're using this as well. And where this is really valuable is just that. It's adding metadata to the document for chargeback to either customers or users. After you have printed, and again, this is very simple, after you printed, you're going to press OK to copy, scan, or fax. It'll actually then open up the screen, the Konica Minolta, the familiar screen that all your customers are used to. It'll open up that screen on the copy, scanner, fax that they can now set their job, all of the features and functionality of the job, so they can set stapled, they can set double-sided, all of those things are after you've gone through the Print Audit Embedded. And the good thing about that is that we're not disabling any of the features of the copier. This is just a gateway to acquire who's printed, what they've printed, or copied or scanned, and then it allows them to use the full functionality of the machine. You can see also on the bottom here, Print Audit's pretty well known in colleges and universities. We have hundreds and hundreds of high schools around the world that use this system, and this is for chargeback to customers or users. And you can see that in this case it's user Sarah Smith, so that's based off of her login, and it shows her how much she's got remaining when she goes to print the job, and then it'll show her again after the job. So easy to see what your balance is, where that balance is coming from. So, and I won't jump to this next slide yet. It's taken me about 9 minutes to show you how the embedded works. We have spent an enormous amount of time to continue to make the embedded products that we've built easier and easier. And and really so your customers, when they take a look at it, they're going to be able to intuitively use these products and not have to call you for support, not have to go through hours and hours of training to release their print jobs, their scans, their fax, or to get secure jobs. We've gotten the screens down to very, very, very few. Sorry, that's my got it. That was somebody at my door. We've gotten the products down to very few steps, and every time we release a new version, we try and take out clicks. And with the Konica, we have built it so that it's got the least clicks out of any of the products that we have out so far, and that also has to do a lot with how Konica has built their OpenAPI product. So we're excited about that. So the next few minutes, while you're thinking about questions, is I'm just going to spend a couple of minutes telling you a little bit about Print Audit, the other systems that we track, and the other embedded that we have. So Print Audit, very quickly, we've been around for 15 years. We have offices all over the world. We're in 7 languages. Right now, we have 1,016 dealers under subscription, some in different places in the planet, but what we're excited about is 716, which every time I get to look at this slide, 716 are Premier members around the world. And so we're adding new Premier members every month, and we're really excited about how well this program has worked out for office equipment dealers around the world. Now, Premier, what that is, if you're not familiar, and I know I've just taken a look at this list, I know a lot of you online are already our customers, and I'm really excited about you being here to see this. But for those of you that don't know, Premier is a business model where we offer a flat rate subscription for access to all of our products, and past that flat rate subscription, anything you can make off of that is gravy. And so all of these products can be used to win business. Most of them are used to keep customers. Once the customers have this software on at their sites, they're not going to get rid of it. And because you own it instead of the customer owning it, which is really the difference in this business model, if they want to turn it off, they have to go to you to do that, and it has nothing to do with us. And so it is very, very tough for customers to become disentangled with you, the office equipment dealer and the MFP provider. I'm not going to go through each of these products in depth. You can see on the screen what each of them are, but I will mention that at the bottom here, the Print Audit Embedded, adding Konica Minolta to our Ricoh, Sharp, Kyocera, Lexmark, HP, and Xerox is very exciting to us. We've been working with Konica Minolta to do this for quite a few years, and we're not stopping there. We're going to add the manufacturers that we're missing over the next little while, but Konica Minolta is a big addition to us. So the last thing about Print Audit is our mission, and you can see this through the companies that we've bought over the last little while and through our business models that we're putting out to the world. We are very, very much behind the seat-based billing business model for your industry. We are very much behind the subscription model, recurring revenue, bringing in more revenue, making more profitable. And our goal really, as we watch this, and whether people believe it or not, the rate of paper consumption is starting to slow down. So we are looking at new ways and new businesses to help you guys get into those so that you can sell more stuff and keep alive for the next 100 years. These are some stats right off of our website based off of our brand promises, which is win customers, keep customers, and build recurring revenue. And you can see that amongst our Premier members around the world, it's been very, very successful. And those people that are coming on, and as I said, Premier is starting to, well, I guess with 716 Premier members, it's not starting to, it's really picking up steam. And I think it's because of the business model, because of our support, and when we go back and do Net Promoter Score surveys with our customers, we are getting 9s and 10s and a lot of references. So they're quite successful with this. The average Premier member is making between 10 and 100 times what they're paying us on a monthly basis. So that's good news. So this is pretty much where we get to the end of the presentation about Konica and about Premier. I wanted to make this a really short presentation because I know all of you have a lot of things to do, and we set the webinar for an hour, but being done in 15 minutes or half an hour gives you time that you rarely get back. So I'll say thank you right now for watching the presentation, and I invite you to visit our website or to call us to check out Premier. This is how you get to the web. Well, printaudit.com is the website, Premier, but what we will do for the next 15 minutes or so, or however long it takes, is we will take questions, and I know I haven't given you a lot to ask questions about, but I'll bring over Paul and see if he has any questions for us that people have submitted. And at this time, as we're going through them, please feel free to submit questions in the question box at the bottom of the GoToWebinar screen that you have in front of you. So I'm happy to answer any questions, and if we need to get technical resources, we will. Paul, you're up.
Okay, so we've been answering some of the questions here as they've come in, but I'll just summarize a couple of the general questions that we've had here so far, because we are getting quite a few in. First one is the licensing. Under the Premier program, how many of the Konica Minolta Embedded can I license?
It's unlimited. And so all of our products under the Premier program are unlimited. You have unlimited access. Does that answer, do you think that answers that question, Paul?
Yeah, I believe that does. Next question here is, will this embedded application work with a card reader?
Yes, and so again, we sort of looked at how we can show this to you in real life with it. We've had video cameras and tried to do a video presentation. The ways that you can authenticate are with card, PIN code, Active Directory login, an internal system username or login, that anything you can imagine. Also, we've got biometric. You can use biometric readers. So it will work with any system or any way that you'd like to authenticate.
Another one is there a possibility of obtaining a copy of this PowerPoint?
Sure.
And yeah, we can make that available to us. Just simply call into the toll-free 9, ask for sales, and someone can help you out with that information.
Yeah, ask for Paul or James Hills. And so that toll-free line on there, Paul or James Hills will get you the presentation.
Another question here regarding an MSRP. Do we have a suggested MSRP for the product?
That is a great question. We Print Audit, our sales model our sales model is that we sell a subscription to the office equipment dealers, and then they build their own pricing. Typically what we suggest for people to sell to their customers for recurring revenue is $20 per device per month. And so that's what we suggest. Some office equipment dealers throw it in with the deal, some embedded in the deal, some charge more, some charge less, but it's all included in our price.
Got another one here. Are you going to be attending ITEX, or are there any other shows that we're attending?
Yes, so we have a fairly large team going to ITEX, which is next week. I'll be there. I haven't been to ITEX in a few years, but I've got quite a few meetings in and out, but we will have a large team. And also we'll be bringing our NeoStream document management, the document management company that we purchased last year. We're bringing their team as well to show how we're going to be promoting that.
And I believe that pretty much summarizes all the questions we've had for today.
Oh, I see a couple more here, Paul. Do you mind if I do them?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, I think maybe I'm getting something that you're not. So one of them was, has Konica Minolta endorsed this? And Konica Minolta, we are on their website. So yes, they've endorsed this. We are an official partner with Konica Minolta with this product. So pretty excited about that. That is in the press release from yesterday. I don't have it up on the screen, but they have a full description of it. It says partner.
We're getting a couple more questions in here, John.
Yep.
What fields in Active Directory will populate a PIN code for users? And I can answer that one. Typically that is, if I look in Active Directory, that is something like the pager number, which is an old legacy field in Active Directory that you can use to associate a PIN code to a user within Active Directory. We've got another one here. Can Printaudit Premier integrate with document management systems such as NetDocs, and will it integrate with ProLaw?
So the answer is yes. With the NetDocs part, that's the scanner sending the information into NetDocs. However, NetDocs picks up that from the MFP, whether it's dropping into a folder or whether it's dropping into somewhere that the MFP is putting it. No problem with that, so we can catch it. And we integrate our accounting data, so the cost recovery data, with ProLaw.
Got another one in here. What models will the embedded program support in 2017, and how far back does this go?
Oh, excellent question. So off of the Konica website, and maybe, Paul, if you can just look that one up and send it to me. We had it in the press release yesterday. The Konica Minolta website shows that, so I'm just going to get Paul to send me a quick link to it, and I'll put it up on my screen in a second.
For sure.
And while you're doing that, Paul, I'll take a look at these other questions. I know that you've acquired an ECM tool. Would this integrate with that eventually? Absolutely. We have through the scan, we can drop documents into folders or into different places for NeoStream to pick up those documents. So absolutely, there is integration there, and we are catching, we are picking up a fair amount of. Let me just see. We pick up all the fields that we would have put into the metadata for cost recovery. And I've just got the screen here for print audit. So these are what Konica Minolta has tested, and pretty excited to see. So this also shows, for whoever asked this, it also shows how far back it goes, but these are the ones that Print Audit is approved on, the following, so they're all certified. So I would say mostly more recent devices. We didn't go too far back with our with this, but mostly recent devices. And I'm sorry, I have no idea when all of these devices were released, but you can see on the screen here. And at the top, you can see the address for getting through to this on the Konica Minolta website.
Another question here, does the embedded require the I option to be installed on the Konica Minolta?
Do you know the answer to that one, Paul?
Yeah, it's right there on the top of the web page that you're displaying there. It says Print Audit Embedded requires I option LK101.
Oh, handy. Thanks, Paul.
Another question, what is the general time setup for professional services hours involving setting up one machine, many machines with the embedded app?
Yeah, so that's a great question. It's a bit of how blue is the sky question, because it depends on the network and how they're set up. It's a quick setup. It's as quick as putting anything else on the Konica Minolta device. But so typically an entire print audit, if you're doing it at a small organization, an entire setup can be done in a matter of an hour or a couple of hours, and that would be the same as putting on the Konica Minolta app, because it uses the same Konica Minolta, the same installation process as you would do with any other apps on the Konica Minolta. So, but once you get into more complicated networks, kind of who knows whether they want to use Active Directory, our own system, but our people will certainly guide you through that. We're very well versed in this, and so you can reach out to our team with any installation that you want to do, and we'll help you out and give you an idea. one of the things that we've been great with is with our Premier members is that we've got this beautiful site survey that can be filled out fairly quickly, but it is a very in-depth site survey, and we can come back with some ideas about how long it'll take. And again, sorry for being a bit vague on that, but I just can't give you an answer site by site. Can updates be pushed out, or do you have to visit every MFP? Anybody know the answer to that? I believe they can be pushed out. Yes, so updates can be pushed out.
Okay, looks like we've got another question here. Who will win the Stanley Cup this year?
Calgary Flames, I believe they're the ones that are going to win. I hope so, because I've paid a lot for the playoff tickets.
And I think we're all done with questions here, it looks like.
Yeah, there's a lot of them, aren't there? How'd you comb through them all? Okay. Yeah, so it does look like we're finished, and I'm very excited to be able to be done this webinar in 26 minutes for you guys. Again, it's my, I love to give back time, and so any further questions that you have, or if you want to try this out, and of course if you're a Premier member, you can see this in the portal now, but any questions that you might have, feel free to reach out to our team. I'll give you the phone number here. So this is the phone number for North America. I do know that you've got a lot of people from around the world that are on this. You can reach out to your print audit offices around the world, and they'll be able to help you out. They're all versed in this now as well. And to get to those and see the local offices, you just have to go to the printaudit.com website and look at contact, and you'll see all of our 9 offices around the world that can help you. And there isn't anywhere in the world that's not covered, so you'll be able to find somebody near you. And with that, I will end the presentation for today. Thank you so much. We have a whole bunch of people are on here, and I'm really excited that other people are excited about the products that we're releasing. And anytime you want to get in touch with us, feel free to contact that number. And me, John McInnes, as I mentioned, I'm John McInnes. I'm also the president and CEO of Print Audit. I'm available for you anytime you want to talk about what we're doing. And for all those that are going to ITEX, which is a North American trade show next week, I'll see you there. Thanks. Bye-bye.